We have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of comic books and boxes of cool vintage toys and more vintage toys, Power Rangers, and more. Nice quilts. Look at this badass scrapbook. Racing. There's Rex. Really cool. Some nice boxes of old postcards. Hey, look, there's a Gizmo fabric. Super NES in the box. More computer games, knives, jewelry, and more. There's Michael Jackson's pet ostrich Janine. Has the cassette in there. Crazy. All sorts of fun stuff down here. All these models and die cast over here. A lot of 78 records. Really some obscure stuff. Some foreign labels and something good in there. Cards and sports memorabilia all over the place as usual. Game cards and coins and watches. More jewelry. And on and on and on. All coming up in this week's auction. Woo-hoo. Tab on the bigger basket. Hey, what's up? Yes, indeed, it is preview video time for the next Kansas City Thursday night auction. This auction will be Thursday, December 18th, 2025. We are located 1801 Gwinnett Street, KCMO 64120. We're in the East Bottoms, just east of River Market. We're by like the soccer stadium and Knuckleheads and the Rieger, Bally's Casino, all that whole area down there. Auction night, doors open at 5, auction starts at 6, and every Wednesday we do a preview. Come in, check things out from 11 to 1. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and like and all of that, and we'll get things going here. So auction this week, the 18th, no auction the next week, but we are having an auction New Year's Day. It's going to be regular time. Doors open at 5, auction starts at 6. I know people do New Year's Day auctions in the daytime a lot, as I have done in the past, and we're going to do this at the regular time. So here's some cards up here, and let's see over here. Magic, Pokemon, cigarette cards, tobacco cards. Looks like more Pokemon. Damn, that's nice. Clock, watches. Jewelry, watches, then there's stuff in here. a whole lot in here. Some coins and stuff. These watches are, these are Soviet watches.
Yes.
And there's some lighters and more in there. Here's a little bit of gold for you. All these Cladow earrings. Mother of pearl. That was a sterling brooch. Neat old sterling brooch. We'll see if we can recover that. This is like 1869 Atlas. I think it was 1869. Entered Act of Congress, 1869. A little banged up, but pretty cool. All these little tins are neat. It's a Lumpanics, like 84 Lumpanics catalog, if you're familiar. Used to have all the crazy, like underground books and stuff you could order. All right. So some more jewelry, some more knives. I don't understand that. Cardinals, Goebel, DeGrazia, prehistoric bone, Hawthorne, Florida. Looks like a bone. This is Lonnie Dawson, HOF 87. Lonnie Dawson, HOF 87. Then whoever number 54 was around then. Those guys write their names more clearly. Like, anyway, I think I've said that before, huh? So here's some, looks like better cards and some signatures in there. More jewels. It's a really fun auction. Like, we don't have anything that we're like thinking right now, jumping out, you know, like $1,000 item, like gold coin or Civil War revolver. But there still could be, for sure, and just a lot of neat stuff all the way through. Oh. It's like probably World War II occupation. Maybe. There's your jack hat. Neat rocket ship bank. Fun little Coors, like cash register type light. There it is. There's Michael's Pets. Jasmine the Ostrich. There's a little cassette. The bubble is still there. You can see where the bubble was. So the bubble's still there. It's just fallen off. That Coors little clock. You can feel it, you know, moving, but there's no light in it and there's no hands. So you'll have to fix that. Dang, that's shiny. What else? come on down to the auction. We need to have a good one because no auction next week and freaking payroll on Friday. Ugh. And people with small business owners, you know what I'm talking about. Not people with hobbies, but people with payroll and all of that. People depending on you. This is badass. This is badass. All their names in there too. Pretty cool. Bunch of knives. I guess I already showed you that stuff. Let's go back here. Gizmo. What's that movie? Gremlins. So Gizmo's there, and then the gremlin creature's there. I think this was like for a sleeping bag that just never got made, maybe. Postcards, nice postcards. Lot number 16, not 15. A lot of holiday, a lot of really old ones, like old. And then also early 1900s, and some maps and stuff. These are all regional. Be some good knives in there. History tours with Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut's Guide to the White House. So here's this. I guess I should get inside of it. So the console's in there. That stuff's in there. But look, it doesn't have the Donkey Kong game. It has Vikings game. I'm pretty sure I looked everywhere in there. And I thought it was there at the lady was showing it to me, but there are these like PC games, that Coors Light is nice. Looks like some Air Force. Another Lynn Dawson, Hall of Fame, 87. Hill, number 10. Quilts. Nice. Real nice. He's broke. I didn't notice. So these, I think these quilts are nice. I mean, they're newer, 80s or 90s maybe, but. At any rate, okay, I'll show you this little primitive stuff, kinda over here. Then we will advance to the other side of the warehouse. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. This place is weird. But we kind of go in the order of the video, not exactly, because things change. Once the auction starts going. But essentially. And there's some old vintage clutches and stuff. That'd be a nice box. Those are all empty. fan's nice. Something in Montreal. Bunch of cards, sports cards. So many sports cards here at this auction in general. What's all this? Bunch of comics in there. More sports stuff. Who do I hear? Who is that good boy? Who's that good boy over there? Say hi, Todd. Come here. Can you say hi to everybody? Sit. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I'm not looking. Good job. Good job, sir. Andrew Turner. Andrew Turner, damn glad to meet you. Vote for me in November. Vote for me in November, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. And again, folks, you know, preview video and photos are, you know, just preview, just give you an idea of what we have in the auction this week. So you need to come down, take a look, and call in with questions, you know, to a certain degree. But there's no substitution for actually coming down to the auction, you know. And there's not going to be one for a couple weeks until New Year's Day. New Year's Day will be the next auction after this one. Damn, that's crazy. Ugh. I hate going a week without an auction. I mean, it's nice to have some time off, but anybody have one of those? Tell you what, man. Tell you what. All right, so these records here, excuse me, pal. Tub. Who's a good boy? So these are, I mean, this guy had an incredible record collection. Japanese, what, Polish, Czech, something like that. German. And they're bringing more too. She's just kind of starting off. So yeah, there's at least one I noticed that's not exactly PC. And a lot, I don't know, I'm just rambling because this record collection was an African American record collection. So there's a lot of weird labels and stuff like that. So like, I mean, it's almost to the point where we don't really know enough, you know what I mean? do what we can. Went through them and split them up by what seemed to make sense. Hopefully there's going to be some big money in these, which you don't say all the time about Slate records or 78 records. And then we've got some regulars there. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with those. I hope great things. Some royal stuff. What are you sniffing there? What do you find? What do you see in there? And these are cool. They're all like small sizes though. So, all right. And here we go. Comics. We'll just sell them by the box, I guess. I mean, I just can't show you all of these right now, so you're gonna have to come down and check them out. All right, what do we have here? Fun stuff, pretty stuff. These were cool. It's like little the Star Trek ornaments, or maybe Jim Henson. On one, Snow White. Could be a big deal. Hallmark. A lot of times when we do the video, it's really my first time looking around. I'm setting stuff up, or working in the office, or just like ADDing around here. Pretty diverse table here. Oh, damn it. I missed stuff over there like I always freaking do. So I'm gonna walk over there. I'm gonna walk over there right now. Through our lovely seating area. Everyone always asks, where'd you get all those chairs? We got them all at the auction. No one wanted any of these. Not even for $1. So, like at the beginning, we didn't have any chairs. It was a standing up auction. But as time went on, and not that much time, we had seating. So yeah, models, die cast. Hold on one second here. Set you down for a second. Okay. Yeah, I always forget the stuff that's over on the side of the room, and then I have to do it at the end. But not this time. All right, so then we just did this table, so we'll go ahead and jump over to this table. Sorry, I'm thinking of where I'm going to go after that on auction night. These are cute. Like 4-H trophies or something like that. Chickens and such. Hot Wheels. Figures. More Hot Wheels. Little guys. Little curios. Huh. Is that an atomizer or soap thing? Or I don't know. I don't know. For now, I'm going around this way. So it's kind of hard because, you know, like, say most people who consign here have become friends, you know, on some level. And, you know, nobody wants their stuff to go last. But somebody has to go last. And technically, if you have good stuff, it doesn't matter if it's first or last. If you kind of have just regular, what was that, military? Yeah, I'm sure looked like it. You know, just regular stuff, then yes, it might do a little better earlier on. But not every time. You don't know. You never know. Is this yours? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
No, I was like... Tip Top, Pamper the Madman.
Silly.
The Utilitarians, go see him. It's playing soon near you. Woodyard Barbecue. Every Wednesday is the time to start going to Woodyard Barbecue. She said 21st. I think Pamper's playing at the Record Bar. Oh yeah, you always do that once a year, right? There's more of that. Russell Wright. So yeah, Pamper the Madman. If you were in Kansas City, kicking it in the 90s, going out to see bands, then you know who Pamper the Madman was, still is. They play once a year. But yeah, we've all been trying to go to Woodyard Barbecue on Wednesdays. It's Teresa's family's restaurant. Some of us are trying harder than others. Okay, so since I'm over here, I'm going over here now. I don't know which way we'll go during the auction. Look and see who's going to get least mad at me. But it's also, you know, who has maybe cooler stuff that might keep people around. Hell, I don't freaking know. That's pretty. Linens or fabric, nice vintage stuff. And again, if it's your first time, you're wondering how, like, it's everything in a box. Everything in that box goes one money, or one price, as we say. You know, you might go to a lot of auctions where they're like saying, all right, who'll give me $1 or give me $2? No. We'll be here all night. We get too much stuff. So this magnificent beast, freaking deviled eggs on the bottom, and then what kind of soup, or what do you put in there with the deviled eggs? I'm intrigued. Freaking love some deviled eggs. Land oysters. I don't really like creative deviled eggs, so to speak. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. I prefer the whip. I prefer the Miracle Whip. I'm harassed in certain circles. That's cool. I already saw something down here that we might need to look more at. Ew. I understand that. Just a bunch of old shirts. But, you know, that could be kind of cool. Do some screen printing or whatever on a vintage white tee. So yeah, good stuff over here. Willard Dealers of Kansas City. Great old Kansas City. Nope, that was Fort Wayne, Indiana. But that one was sure as hell Kansas City. Old photos, great old photos. I can't go down that rabbit hole right now. Let's hit the wall. Aww. Old fella in there. Country Feast. That's so dumb. Sorry if you like that. And Geddes, or however you say it. Fun stuff over here. All right, let's go ahead and just do this. Old like hand painted wooden campaign sign. Can't stop Chris T. These three like indigenous. Sell all those one money. Let's see. Let's jump over here. I don't like selling those kind of photos. I haven't made it clear enough, apparently, but I don't suppose it really freaking matters. This is kind of cool, you know, Vegas, I guess. Maybe somebody will buy them. Eventually, those are going to be old. Doing a special kind of freaking rambling today. USS Glennon, World War II. Probably from some reunion or something. You neat. More military stuff over here. Okay, this table. Okay, check this table. I think we're gonna go in the auction just like I've done. Because we got toys here, we got toys back there, toy guys seem to hang out. Super Nintendo gun. Or Super Scope, Nintendo. I wanna dig here. look around in here. Boom, that's a magnificent piece. More Power Ranger stuff in there. It's kind of dark, I'm sorry. I can't adjust it right now because both my hands are full. You're gonna want to look around in there. Kind of the same there. This was in there. This was in there. So yeah, these toys are just kind of in there. More sports. Ceramic. So yeah, good stuff there. I think all of this stuff came from like a storage unit, had generations of people's stuff in it. Oh, that's cold when I touch it to my face. It's a bell that probably could go by itself. People like bells. A couple of Cambro pieces. And then what's all this? Oh, you're probably going to want to dig in here too. As I think the person who set this part of it up, you know, maybe didn't care as much about toys and all that. So that's kind of another thing about how auction gets set up. There's a method to it, but you know, there's 3-4 people setting up, and each person kind of has their own deal. So I don't know, makes it kind of more interesting maybe. Let's see here, lighten that up. Alright, looks like there's a wheelchair there, there's a bike there. Damn, Talking Viewmasters, Adam 12 and more. Stamps, Star Wars books and more toys. What the? Huh. And so like this particular consigner, like, you know, 2 people are working on it, 2 different areas, so sometimes you can't quite get synced up to, like, I mean, a lot of times you do, like, hey, do you have a box with all this kind of stuff? Yeah, I do. Do you have a box with this kind of stuff and all that? There's a freaking color Game Boy. So we might move some of this stuff around. Because here's a Game Boy cartridge, and then I saw another one somewhere else. And it was at that point I realized I had ran out of room on the card. Luckily, I hadn't gone too far. So then we're going to hook around over here. Sterling. Just kidding. Sports, baseball, football. I mean, there's some older stuff in there. I don't know how much, but there was some. So just kind of this kind of stuff. There's Jar Jar collector watch. Chad says it's nothing, and I say that it's something. So we'll find out, and then you'll see Chad and I look at each other like, told you so. I don't know. I'm scared to say a price that I think. He's in my head. So some Barbays and a bunch of like computer like manuals and stuff and notes and like motherboards, I guess. Is that what those are? Huh. Gateway. Remember Gateway? That was my first computer. And they have like, because they were big in Kansas City, and they had some deal where you could get it for cheap and make payments or something. Freaking Hank Williams Jr. damn windsock. Just when you thought you've seen everything. These are a lot of movie posters and more in there. So we're getting on some more toys, some more vintage. Caps, more caps coming up. I can't remember what this was, like a freaking car alarm or lock or something. Remote starts. We can name everything I can possibly think of. '84 17 magazines. Crazy. All those freaking cups, like old ass Quick Trip cups and stuff. Kind of cool. Tag still on there. Yeah, and then all these caps. Like, I can start going through them, but a lot of nice vintage sports and Looney Tunes and stuff like that. Character glasses, books. Looks like a cap jump ship. Sports. Another Super NES. Oh, is that my freaking... Nope, it's a Turtles game though. Let's see. This is a Donatello Secret of the Ooze poster. Okay, and then these were laid out a little different. Wrestlers, Turtles, Toxic Avenger, maybe. I don't know. Wasn't really my era. It was like more my brother's era of watching stuff, so I don't really know. But I know the bottoms of the feet are different, so did what we could there. Bartman, freaking Chiefs dart set, never been opened. Okay, I guess we'll go over here, do these t-shirts. Not really any vintage stuff, like a lot of NRA and like conservative wear, conservative t-shirt wear, and you know, that kind of thing. All right, so then we'll just go over here. We'll just do it like this. Some sticks of furniture here. Yeah, if you want furniture, then you can hang out for it, leave a bid. It's not like we have anything. There's definitely some nice pieces, but you know, we have choice boxes. You get choice anything in a freaking box. I mean, there's a little resale hustle for you. All those collector plates. These chairs are kind of nice. You know, they don't bring much, but down here, but let's see. Those tables are kind of neat. Just disregard the stuff on top. Those are kind of cool. Director's chairs with no backs. Okay, medical. Are you back in your special spot? Are you? Yeah. You're a good boy. Ladder thing. Some planter thing. Kind of cute. Asian piece. Yeah, that's nice. You know, so if you're interested in that, you're gonna hang out or leave a bid. And then what do we have? Maybe some more vintage-ish gowns. And yeah, I think that's a wrap. So thanks you guys again for tuning in. And remember, auction the 18th, no auction the next week, and then we're back January 1st, auction regular time. Thanks, we'll see you soon.